Chairman Heidi Yorak said about the church coming up with a systematic, organized response against the 3Gs in elections. So, pili kami ng 7, sabi ni Bishop Gabi, o piliin mo sila kung ilang 7. And you know, we were nobodies. Ang kilala lang na nandun, Heidi Yorak, Cardinal Sin, Bishop Gabi. And those with me were people in the parish of Payatas. Alam niyo naman yung Payatas, di ba? Garbage dump site. One judge from Pasig, natalunan, na frustrated siya kasi presidente siya ng parish council. Sabi sa kanya, mabuting tao siya. Sige ho, magkandidato kayo, susuportahan namin kayo. Pagdating ng eleksyon, ilan sa parokya niya ang bumoto sa kanya? Nabibilang yung pamilya niya, yung mga kaibigan niya, that's all. These were the people who came up thinking of how we can come up with that organized community response. And we thought the infrastructure of the church is very powerful. The parish setup. Kasi sa lahat ng liblib na lugar, kahit na mahina ang local government, nandun yung parokya. Nandun kayong mga parish priest. Kayo ang tinatakbuhan ng tao. And we thought that would be a very effective tool. And we cannot be said na, uy, kwan lang yan, pang-katoliko lang yan. No. Because if we practice our faith is an inclusive community response. Walang tinatabi. Lahat ni-recognize as brother and sister. It was a very beautiful setup. And now, we look at ourselves, PPCRV, ayoko po nung tawag na watchdog. Sabi ko, ayoko niyang watchdog. Kasi yung isang beses lang, di ba? Yung isang aso, kinuha yung bata, yung malinhwa pa naman, mal nun eh. Binatak yung batang 9-year-old na nagdadaan, sinakmal sa leeg, patay. Kaya ang watchdog, tahol ng tahol, kagat ng kagat. Maybe good when there is danger. An election is a dangerous thing. But if you are going to do yung aming discernment at pagmamalasakit ang eleksyon, sabi ko, buhat ngayon, ang PPCRV will be called caregivers of Philippine elections. Kasi kung caregiver ka, meron kang pagmamalasakit, di ba? Meron kang pagmamahal. Meron kang laging that desire to serve yung inaalagaan mo. Kaya, caregiver of Philippine elections. At sa awa po ng Diyos, ang Diyos talaga ay mabait eh. Magaling. Pag ikaw ay pinili, pag itong lugar, itong movement na ito, ay gagawin niyang instrumento ng kanyang misyon, then He will give it all the graces and blessings we need to do our work. So, ngayon ho, makaka 23 years na ang PPCRV, and we have been, active participants, 26 engagements in electoral processes, electoral exercises. Hindi lang eleksyon, pati na yung pag-name o lugar ng city, pag-name ng yung bang mga recall proceedings of candidates na ayaw na ng tao. Lahat ho ng 26 exercises, we have been engaged as accredited citizens arm of COMELEC. And then that organized citizens community response to demolish. Hindi namin inaalis sa aming pag-iisip na kailangan ibuwag yung 3Gs. Ngayon po, imbis na nabubuwag, nadagdagan pa ng 4th G. Guns, goons, gold, and greed. Greed. Di ba? Ang sakim ng mga tao ngayon eh. Gusto. Yung pwesto nila, pag na-elect sila, ang gagawin, para ba yung heirloom, pamana sa kanilang mga pamilya. Palipat-lipat yung pwesto. Para sa pamilya lamang. Kaya, ganun din ang negosyo. They corner all the business so they can get enough gold to buy guns, to hire goons, because of greed. Kahapon nag-uusap kami ng mga anak ko for dinner. Kasi sabi nila, si Mami mahirap nang makita ngayon, laging wala. Kaya naghanap sila sa schedule ko, kawawa naman yung anak ko, tsaka mga anak ko at yung asawa ko, tinitignan pa yung schedule ko sa opisina. Kailan ba si ang tawag sa akin ng asawa ko, Ipe. Kailan ba si Ipe kaya na nandito na, Sundays I try to keep as much as possible a family day. But pag malapit na hong eleksyon, nawawala din yun eh. They have accepted that. Pero kagabi, mas maaga-aga ako nakauwi, about 7. So some of the children were there. At nag-uusap po kami na yung patayan ng patayan, at may news nga na yung guns for hire, no? Parang nagiging profesyon na yung pagpatay sa tao. At saka, hindi mahal. Meron daw mga lugar, 5,000, makaka-hire ka na ng isang babaril sa kalaban mo. Kaya, even less. Naku naman, Father, Diyos ko. Kaya pala sabi ni Father dito, happy to be alive. Oh. Kaya that's what tayo, no? Because sabi sa atin ng Panginoon, choose life, not death. No? Kaya nakakarindi ho. Kaya the more we have to push for our campaign ng voters' education about bringing this to the attention of our candidates and botante most of all. Itong eleksyon na darating sa May 13, 2013, COMELEC again accredited us as early as November 14, no? And they gave us 3 tasks. To conduct poll watching in the polling precincts on election day, with special assistance to senior citizens, persons with disabilities, pregnant women, detainees, indigenous peoples, and other members of the vulnerable sector. I'm very, very happy for that. Kasi, lalo na ho tayo, meron tayong alliance with persons with disabilities, yung AKAP Pinoy. No? That's a federation of the different associations of persons with disabilities. Ayaw nilang uunahin nyo yung disabled. Because first daw, you have to recognize the person as a person, kamukha natin lahat. And then, yung particular sa kanila with disabilities, no? Which are many. Merong iba, yun nga, impairment of mobility, impairment of the mind, tapos impairment in hearing, yung mga types na ganon. Mamaya nga ho, at 2 o'clock, I have a meeting with them. Kasi ang project natin for these elections, maybe you can please announce and help us seek them, is to have at least 1 PWD as poll watcher, PPCRV poll watcher, in the voters' assistance desk of every polling center. And we have, for your information, we have 36,772 polling centers. And this time po, these elections, last 2010, we had 76,347 clustered precincts, no? Ngayon po, nadagdagan kasi lumaki yung ating voting population. Ngayon po, 77,829 clustered precincts sa darating na eleksyon. So, yon, we are trying to do that. So, if you can help us announce this, na kailangan mayroong isang poll watcher na member of the PWD doon sa Voters Assistance Desk. Because kahit na hindi siya maraming magagawa, but the very fact na nandun siya gives signals, no? Na she or he is like any other Filipino voter or Filipino who looks on the right of suffrage as a privilege, but also as a responsibility. No? Siguro, madaming makukuha namin dyan, yung lumpo, no? Yung hindi makalakad, yung naka-wheelchair, because that's a very visible sign. Sabi nung isa, ba't hindi din tayo kumuha ng blind? Paano? Sabi ko, wala pa tayong braille Wala pa tayong braille, so hindi din makakawawa naman, hindi naman siya makakatulong. And then, good news for you, COMELEC, through just recently retired Commissioner Sarmiento, naku, inihiyakan ko yun kasi he was such a good man. Kung ano yung kanyang pananampalataya, yun yung kanyang isinabuhay bilang commissioner. No? Retired na ho siya last February 2. Dalawa sila nag-retire, in fact. So, naibuo niya sa COMELEC, yung pillar number 9, na talaga yung mga detainees nakakaboto na ngayon under some conditions. And then yung indigenous peoples, talagang pinuntahan nila kung saan mga lugar ito, sa Mindoro, sa Pampanga, sa Aytas, talagang nagpunta sila para i-draw them to participate in elections. Tayo naman, ang assignment po sa atin specifically is for the PWD, persons with disabilities. And I'm glad about that kasi marami ho sila. Kaya lang, kahit nung